Good morning, students. So here we continuing our first chapter, sets. In our last lecture, what we learned that the subset relation, then that universal set concept and that complement of a set concept. And using this, now here we have to solve practice set 1.3. So here we do start with first example. So what we observe here that we have given 4 sets. Set A contain that elements that 5 letters, small letters A, B, C, D, E. Set B having 4 elements that 4 letters C, D, E, F. Set C having 2 letters, small letters B and D. And set D having again 4 letters A and E. Sorry, 2 letters A and E. So question is what? If you have given these 4 sets, then which of the following statements are true and which are false? And here we have given that 6 statements, means that subset relation. So we have to decide whether it is true or false. So what that first statement is, set C is subset of set B. Means what we have to observe that each, or what you have to decide that each element of set C having in set B. If it is so, then we can say C is subset of B. So here students, C having 2 elements B and T. Is that all 2 elements having in B, set C having B and D, and B having C, D, E, F. So as you notice here that the element D which is in C having in B, but that the letter B do not have in set B. So what does it mean? That C is subset of B. That statement is what? Yes, false. Getting the students? Because subset relation what says that the all elements of C must having in B, but here as you notice that the element B not having in set B, so that first statement is false. Now as you have to decide for these 2 sets, set A subset of set D, and obviously as we here observe that A having what? 5 elements, and that all 5 elements of set A do not have in set D, because only here we have 2 elements, means that A is subset of D. That statement is what? Yes, it's also false. Now for third statement, D is subset of B. So D having that 2 elements A and E. So is that 2 elements having in B? So as we observe here, so E is there in B, but that A, small letter A, do not have in set B. So again here we say D is subset of B. This statement is false because all elements, or that each element of set D do not have in set B. So that statement D subset of set B is again false. Now try that fourth one. D is subset of set A. Set D having 2 elements A and E, and as we notice here, both elements A and E having in set A, means D is subset of A. That statement is what? True. Understood students? Here notice that A and E, that the elements of set D, that both elements, means that all elements having in A, so statement is true. B is subset of A. B having 4 elements, that elements are C, D, E, F, and all these 4 elements over here A? No, because as you notice here, C, D and E. C, D and E, 3 elements are over here, but that F not having in A. So B subset of A is false statement. Okay, and C is subset of A, C having these two elements B and D, and both elements having in, as we notice here, in set A, means set C is subset of set A. That statement is what? True. Okay students, so like this decide whether that given statement are true or false, like this, that the examples ask in exam for 1 or 2 marks. Now let me start or try to next example. So let's try for that second example of practice set 1.3. Question is take the set of natural numbers from 1 to 20 as universal set. That means you have to take that numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to what? 20. Set X and set Y given in what? Rule method, where in set X there is a element X such that X is what? Natural number, and that X is in between 7 and 15, means greater than 7 and less than 15, and Y having element that small letter y such that y is an natural number and that y is prime number from 1 to 20, and we have to show this set X and set Y using what? Venn diagram. So what we do here, first we write down that universal set U, where that universal set having natural numbers from 1 to 20, like this 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 20. You may take that dash in between. Then what we do the next, that set X and set Y, both sets, first we have to write down in listing method. First we have to find that the elements having in both sets, set X and set Y. So try these students, what numbers we have in set X and what numbers we have set Y. So here we have those elements in set X according to that condition, that X is a natural number and in between 7 and 15, means greater than 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, because X is less than 15. And for set Y, that the prime numbers from 1 to 20, and that prime numbers are, that first least prime number is 2, then 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. Okay students, now these three sets, as we are in listing method, now we have to represent by Venn diagram. And as we very well know that universal set is denoted by or represented by rectangle, and in between that we have to draw these two sets, set X and set Y. But as we observing these two sets, what we notice here, yes, there are some common numbers as like 11, 13 over here. So to represent by Venn diagram, what we do, that we see here. So what we do here students, here we draw that rectangle as represent for universal set, and X and Y, these both sets are subset of U. So we draw two circles inside that rectangular part, but these two circles also intersect each other here, and here we taking that common part, intersection part. Why we do so? Because as we know, there is a rule that each element we represent only once, and hence that 11 having in X and Y both. Similarly 13 is in both X and Y. So that 11 and 13 we write down in this common part. So here we write down that 11 and 13. It's not 0.11 and 0.13. That dot represent that number. So what does it mean? That 11 and 13 having in this left hand circle means in set X, and that same 11 and 13 having in right hand circle means in Y. Then what we do, so according to that listing method, we have that set X having elements 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So 11 and 13 we write down here. So now we write down that remaining numbers in this part of set X. So like this. So set X having element 8, 9, 10. Here is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here is in common part 11. Here outside is 12 because it is not in Y. And 13 again in common, and remaining one 14. So similarly we write down what? Yes, remaining elements or that remaining numbers of set Y over here. Right, students? So like this, here we write down that remaining numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13 in common part and also having in Y, and that remaining 17 and 19 over here. Okay, students? Now again here what you have to write down? Yes, the remaining part or that remaining numbers of universal set U, because all these elements or that numbers having in X, having in Y, having in universal set. So there are some numbers remains in listing method of universal set. What are those numbers? So here, as we make that list of that natural numbers from 1 to 20, so according to that figure, here we have those numbers which are not having in these two circles. So what are those numbers? That 1, 4, 6, then what? 15, 16, 18 and 20. So these are the numbers that the elements of what? Universal set, and hence that remaining numbers that we circle over here, we write down in what? Outside that circular part, means outside of that set X and set Y, like this. So as like here we write down that remaining numbers 1, 4, 6, 15, 16, 18 and 20, that the elements of universal set. So like this we represent these three sets, that is universal set, set X and set Y, by Venn diagram. What you have to do? Just you have to make a list, or you have to write down that those sets in what? Listing method, and then using these figures you have to represent by Venn diagram. Always we draw rectangle for universal set, and that subsets we denoted or we represent by circle or any other figure. Okay, students? So like this, that the question asked in exam for 3 marks. Then we try for next example. Okay, now we try for that third example of practice set 1.3. We are given two sets, that the one is universal set having that elements 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and set P having that numbers 1, 3, 7, 10. Question is, show the sets U, P and P dash, means complement of P, by Venn diagram. And second one, verify that complement of complement P, P dash of dash, means complement of complement P is equal to what? P. Now according to that first question, we have to represent that U, P and P dash by Venn diagram. So we have that U and P here, but that P dash, means complement of P, is not here. So first we have to identify that the elements of complement of P. So first we write down that complement of P as like here. So here we write down that complement of P, P dash equal to what? In curly bracket. Now what is that concept of complement of that set? Yes, we have given two sets, universal set and that particular set P. so that the elements having in U but not having in P. So here I circle those numbers which are having in P. That 1, yes, having in P, 3 is also having in P, 7 also having in P, and 10 is also having in P. So that remaining what? 2, 8, 9, 11, 12 not having in P. So that elements 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12 we have to write down in what? Complement of P. Understood, students? Complement of P, that the elements having in U but not having in P. So these are the elements 2, 8, 9, 11, 12 having in U but not having in P, and hence we write down in complement of P. Now we have to represent this U, P and P dash by Venn diagram. So of course we draw what? Rectangle for universal set, and then in that rectangle we represent that P and P dash by Venn diagram. So here we draw that rectangle which represent that universal set. So we write down that U over here, then we draw one circle inside that rectangle, name it as set P, and we write down that the numbers or that elements having in P, that is 1, 3, 7 and 10 having in P. So that remaining numbers which are not in P but having in U, we write down outside that circle. So here we write down those numbers which do not having in P but having in U, that is 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12. So here we complete that Venn diagram, that U having that all elements as 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And where is that P dash? Yes, as you notice here, P dash having that elements 2, 8, 9, 11, 12 which are outside that circle 2, 8, 9, 11, 12, and hence we do not draw any close figure for complement of P. We just write down that complement of P, that notation over here like this. Okay students, so here we represent that U, P and P dash by Venn diagram. Then second part is what? We have to verify that complement of complement P equals to what? P. So what we do here, now first we write down that set P, that elements 1, 3, 7 and 10 which is in given part, number it as 1, and we write down that complement of complement P means what? Now we observe that universal set and that complement of P set, that the elements having in U but not having in P dash. So to write down that the complement of complement P, we observe this U universal set and complement of P, elements having in U but not having in P dash. So here I circle those number which are not in P dash. So 1, 3, 7 and 10 having in U but not having in P dash, means we have to write down those elements, those numbers in complement of that complement P. Understood students? U is a universal set. Here they are having ahit, but here not having nahit. So 1, 3, 7, 10 numbers not having in P dash, इकडे नाहीत. So we write down in complement of complement P. So what do we notice here? So according to 1 and 2, P having elements 1, 3, 7, 10, and that complement of complement P also having that same elements 1, 3, 7, 10. So according to 1 and 2, that both sets are what? Equal sets. So we write down complement of complement P equal to what? P. So like this we verify that property. Okay students, so now we try for that next one. So let to start with fourth example, set A having that elements 1, 3, 2, 7. Question is write any three subsets of set A. So using these numbers, these elements, you have to write subsets. So what is that subset mean? That the elements having in that particular set, that all elements having that set A. So we write down these three subsets. So just notice over the board like this. As in set B, we are taking that one element as 1 from here. So that element of set B, that all elements having in A. So you can say B is subset of A. Or you can take 3 as an element for second set C, so that all elements of C having in A. So C is subset of A. You can take another element as 2, name it as set D, so that all elements of set D having in A. So D is subset of A. So like this, you can make number of subsets of set A. You may take 7 also, that set E having element 7 which is subset of A. Or you may take 2 elements 1 and 3 in any set, that set becomes subset of A. Or you may take 3 elements 1, 3, 2, that set becomes subset of that A. Or you may take all 4 elements, because as we know that every set is subset of itself. Or you can write empty set also, that empty set is also subset of that A. So number of subset we can form by that example. So like this, you have to write 3 subsets of that given set A. Okay students. So we do try for that fifth example. Question is write the subset relation between the sets. We have given 5 sets. Set P is the set of all residents in what? Pune city. M is the set of all residents in Madhya Pradesh, which is a state. I is the set of all residents in Indore city. B is the set of all residents in India. And H is the set of all residents in Maharashtra. So to write that subset relation, what we do here, we take that the pair of sets and decide whether which set is subset of other. So according to these 5 sets, we start with first set P. What is that? P is the set of all residents in Pune. So we compare this P with each set and try to find out that P is a subset of which set. Okay students. So P, residents in Pune, and M is residents in Madhya Pradesh. But Pune is in Maharashtra, not in Madhya Pradesh. So no relation between that P and M. Similarly, P and I. P residents in Pune and Indore is another city. P is the set of all residents in Pune and B is the all residents of India. So here we have that relation. Understood students? Because that Pune city is in India. So all the residents of Pune are also having in India. So P is subset of B. And similarly, P, that the residents of Pune, that Pune is in Maharashtra, means that all the residents in Pune having in set of H also, and hence P is subset of H also. So like this, we write down those relation. P is what? Subset of B, and that same P is subset of H. Okay, then next set is what? M, that the residents in Madhya Pradesh. So we compare this M with that remaining 4 sets. So M, that the residents in Maharashtra, and P is the set of residents in Pune. So all the residents in Madhya Pradesh, not in Pune. So M is not subset of P. So we cannot mention that because you have to only write down that subset relation. Then Madhya Pradesh and Indore. Madhya Pradesh is state and Indore is city in Madhya Pradesh. So all the residents in Madhya Pradesh not having in Indore. So M is also not subset of I. Then what? Madhya Pradesh. Yes, Madhya Pradesh is in India. So all the residents of Madhya Pradesh are the residents of India and hence M is subset of B. And all the residents of Madhya Pradesh not having in Maharashtra. So M is not subset of H. So here only we have one relation that M is subset of what? B. Okay. Now for I, that the residents in Indore, now we have to find out I is subset of which set. So compare this I with that remaining 4 sets. So first set is P, Indore, all the residents in Indore not in residents of Pune. So I is not subset of P. But here that all the residents of Indore are the residents of what? Yes, Madhya Pradesh, because Indore is the city of Madhya Pradesh and therefore we can say I is subset of M. Similarly, that the Indore city is in what? India. So all the residents in Indore are the residents of India. So we can say I is subset of B also. And similarly that I is not subset of Maharashtra because that the Indore city not in Maharashtra. So all the residents in Indore not having in Maharashtra. Understood, students? Now set B, all the residents in what? India. So India is our nation, our country, and that all the residents in India, all residents in India not having in any one of that remaining sets. So B is not subset of that any set. Okay, students? Now Maharashtra. H, residents in Maharashtra, all the residents in Maharashtra not having in Pune, not having in Madhya Pradesh, not having in Indore, but all the residents of Maharashtra are the residents of India. So all the pupils or that residents having in Maharashtra also having in India. So H is what? Subset of B. So like this we can write down that subset relation. Understood, students? Now the next question for the same example is what? Which set can be the universal set for above sets? So as we observing that 5 sets, what do we observe? Yes, Pune, Madhya Pradesh, Indore, Maharashtra are what? The city or state of in India. So means all the residents of Pune, all the residents of Madhya Pradesh, all the residents of Indore, all the residents of Maharashtra are the residents of India. Means P is subset of B, M is also subset of B, I is subset of B, and H is subset of B. And hence we can say set B is what? Universal set for above sets. So here we write down that answer as set B is universal set for above sets. Okay, students? So like this for 3 marks that the example is asked in exam. Okay, now 6th question is which set of numbers could be universal set for the sets given below? So we have given 3 sets A, B and C having in rule method, that the set A having elements multiple of 5, in B set of multiple of 7, and for set C set of multiple of 12. So first we write down that 3 sets in what? Listing method. So in set A we write down that the numbers multiple of 5. In set B we have to write down that the numbers multiple of 7, and for C we have to write down that the numbers multiple of 12 like this. So here we write down those multiple of 5 as 5, 10, 15, 20 and infinitely numbers. For B, multiple of 7, 7, 14, 21, 28. These are the multiple of 7. And similarly for C, 12, 24, 36, 48 and infinitely numbers are the multiple of 12. Now here we are not supposed to decide which set is universal set, either A, either B or either C. That the question is that which set of numbers could be the universal set for this set, because as we compare these three sets, that no any one set is subset of that other set. So these three are different sets, and for that, to decide universal set for these three sets, what we have to notice that the numbers or that elements having in A or that numbers having in B or that number having in C are what? Yes, these are natural numbers. So set of natural number is what? Universal set for all these three sets, or you can say that whole numbers. These are whole numbers, so set of whole numbers also a universal set of these three sets, or you can say these are what? Integers. And yes, set of integers. So that set of integers also you can say that universal set for these three sets. Or you may say rational number set or that set of real numbers also universal set for these three sets. So therefore here we write down that symbol N, W, I or Q for rational numbers and real numbers are. Any set is what? Universal set for given sets. Okay students, so similarly you have to try that second example of that sixth one, try as your homework, and that seventh example is also simple one, so do it, try as your homework. Okay students, and that remaining next part we will learn in our next lecture. Okay students, thank you, bye bye.